Up for Detroit. Josh Smith and Greg Monroe at the 3 and 4. Jennings out there with Kyle Singler. And it's Drummond in at the center position. And for Portland, Aldridge and Lopez are down low. Filling out the wings, it's Matthews and Batum. And it's Lillard in at the point. Now here is Smith, hoping to put that miserable performance against Miami behind him tonight.
Wes Matthews was undrafted out of Marquette back in 2009. But he ended up not only making the team in Utah, but starting as a rookie for the Jazz. He solidified himself as a quality wing in this league, and he's a tough defender who can make the outside shot, and you always know what you're going to get from him at both ends of the floor.
Jennings dishes to Smith. Misses off the right iron. Now Lillard. He's coming off a 16-point game against Chicago. Batum attacking. Here's Aldridge. No good. And it's Detroit the other way. And Clark, you talked about the toughness for Wes Matthews until last season. You know, Steve, he had never missed a game.
250 straight games to start his career. He's battled through pain to always try to get the job done for his teammates. One of my favorite players in the league. Just a tough, physical player who can knock down threes. Somebody you want on your squad.
His dad played in the NBA for a while.
That's right.
And he gets it to go.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Now here is Smith, averaging 16 points a game. And he gets it to go. Singler's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And Lillard kicks to Batum. No good from outside.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. Smith outside. It's back to Jennings. The offensive rebound. And stolen by Lillard. Lopez outside. Trying to find Batum. He's got it now. Matthews passes to Aldridge. Now, here's Lillard. Right now averaging 21 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And now let's check in with Damon Bruce, who's got an update for us. Damon?
Thanks, Kevin. Some games have already ended back east. Let's get everyone caught up. It was the Wizards taking the win at Verizon Center over the Hawks. Their top scorer was John Wall. At Bradley Center, the Bucks ended up losing to the Heat. That'll wrap it up for us here, at least until the Sprint halftime report. Kevin?
And thank you, Damon, as always.
Yeah, guys, major implications in some of the games today. They could go a long way toward determining what the postseason picture is going to look like.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
And Lillard kicks to Aldridge. Aldridge with a screen on Jennings. Three-pointer, Lillard. Singler with the rebound. Well, for Detroit, their last game, a loss to the Heat.
And that game featured one of the least consistent offensive performances you're going to see from them, Clark.
Yeah, no spurt ability on display at all, fellas. I mean, they needed to make a few runs, but it just never was able to happen for them.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Lillard dishes to Lopez. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2.
The defenders have to be aware. They cannot allow him that position before he catches the ball.
You're exactly right, Steve. That is his domain.
Nice shot by Smith. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And I think, Kevin, you know, they really showed how important it is to have a strong bench performance. If you go out on the road, you can't rely on your starters night in and night out. The reserves have to contribute and help them out.
I think we definitely saw that, Steve, throughout the game. They were really tied together as a team. Didn't make any difference who was out on the floor. You'll take every road game win you can, and they're happy with that one.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Jerebko's checked in for Drummond. Stuckey comes in for Kyle Singler. And it's Bynum in for Brandon Jennings. Here's Bynum, following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. Smith the pass to Bynum, and that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Now let's jump over to the 2K leaderboard to get an idea of which big men have been this season's most elite low-post scoring threats. Third is LaMarcus Aldridge.
You know, that's as scary a collection of big men as you'd want to see. Game planning for any of them is a challenge because you know how much defensive attention you're going to have to devote to them.
Yeah, it's almost like you've got to pick your poison. Either you leave other areas of the floor open and put some extra bodies down low, or you risk one of these guys running wild on you.
And here is Williams, following the three-pointer by Rodney Stuckey. It's Williams with the drive, and Robinson gets it to go on the assist by Williams. Robinson's got his first points in this one. For Detroit, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Aldridge against Monroe. Out to Stuckey. There's the three. Another three for Detroit.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Outside, Batum. Aldridge kicks to right. The shot will not go. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Pistons lead by 2. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
Coming up Tuesday.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up. Boy, you talk about a franchise having some terrible luck with injuries. Portland is certainly that team. A lot of emerging stars in Rip City have had their careers or tenure cut short because of injury. And the injury bug, once again, reared its head for Portland.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Smith is out there with Yarebko. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Bynum, and it's Stuckey in at the shooting guard position. As you said, with the Blazers throughout the ages, they've had to deal with injuries to guys like Walton and Oden, and most recently, Roy. Unfortunately, Steve, starting over is something that they are used to doing.
But they are in a pretty good position to do so right now, Kevin. I think they've been really good in the draft the last couple of years. Obviously, they got a star in Damian Lillard that they can build around. To me, the key is LaMarcus Aldridge. Can they re-sign him? Can he be that dominant low-post guy in Portland for the next 5 or 6 years? He sure has the potential.
Here's Williams, following the score by Josh Smith. Matthews, and it's blocked by Stuckey. Bynum with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami. Kicks it to Drummond. Smith outside. Smith right side. Drummond dishes to Bynum. Out to Stuckey. Here's Yarebko. Bynum, the pass to Smith. No good on the three.
And that's a shot you can't pass up. He should knock that down.
Here's Wright. Rebound, Detroit. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Well, they lost a very tight game the last time these two clubs met, and you have to believe that it weren't for the foul trouble they were in, the result might have been different.
Now here's Bynum. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
I'd like to know what his percentage is from that range. I mean, it's got to be sky high.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Now Matthews, an 11-point game for him in the win against Chicago. There's Williams with the three. It's hauled in by Smith. And Clark, what Steve was just referring to, do you think that even just a few more calls, if they had gone their way, that would have pulled them out of it?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about it, Kevin. When it comes down to late in the game and you're forced to use backups at that critical juncture in the ball game due to foul trouble, that swings the outcome by at least a few points, in my opinion.
The defense playing way too soft there, guys. He's just getting right to the rim.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
You know, because Josh Smith doesn't put up huge numbers in any one area of the game, he sometimes gets overlooked for what he does on the floor. One of the most versatile big men in the game.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. The head coach for Detroit had some instruction for his guys during that last break. He doesn't want them settling for outside shots anymore. He wants their points to come at the rim. Look for them to really start attacking that basket. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. And Steve, you mentioned Smith's versatility. There's no doubt he really fills up a stat sheet.
Points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. Kevin, he does it all really, and pretty tough defense too. An all-star caliber player, there's no doubt about that.
He's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Outside Williams. Here's Lopez, and now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
Yeah, from the look on his face, he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, it sure looks that way. He's going to come out of the game right now and get that thing checked out.
Monroe's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. The Trailblazers have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
That's been a great year for them overall at the stripe, hitting about 82% of their foul shots. Impressive.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Portland. Batum comes in for Williams. Jennings against Lillard. And here's Jennings, looking for his first basket still in this one. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
He's an outstanding ball handler in the pick and roll scheme. Whether he decides to shoot it or pass it, he's as good as there is at using screen and roll situations and making the right decision.
It's a fundamental part of the game that he is more than mastered.
And Jennings drops them both. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Lillard outside. Can't get it to go. Excellent D that time from Drummond. Pistons leading by 5. The drive by Jennings. Now Monroe kicks to Yarebko. Back to Monroe. The second chance effort, and that one's good. Here's Lillard. 56 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Aldridge down low. Monroe on him.
Another rebound gobbled up. They are pounding the boards.
And a big part of the lead, guys, is because of the work they've done on the glass. I mean, they have the lead because they've rebounded well.
Dishes it to Jennings. There's the feed to Yarebko. Yarebko off the pick from Monroe. Yarebko kicks to Drummond. In low to Monroe. Passes it to Yarebko. 6 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. They shoot again. Rejected by Aldridge. Three from Matthews. No good. Here's Yarebko. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so we wrap up the first half. Pistons ahead, up by 7. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with Josh Smith. And Josh, what was the key to how well this team played offensively during that first half?
Just the way we ran our offense. We weren't lethargic. We ran it with great pace. We found the open man. We were sharing the basketball. Got to move from side to side and got some easy buckets.
Josh, plenty of elements there for a good offensive game. Thanks for the time. Back to you guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Saturday, the best day of the week. Let's make it even a little bit better with a halftime show. A good one in progress for the Pistons. They've dialed in from long range an incredible shooting performance from outside. Kyle Singler certainly playing well so far. Also, Greg Monroe, solid work out of him in the first half. And hanging tough, the Portland Trail Blazers. They haven't settled on tough shots. They're taking it strong inside. They're getting quality shots and a lot of quantity of those quality shots. The first half, a productive one for Damian Lillard.
They've had some great production as well from Wesley Matthews.
Real scores, real stats from the real NBA. John Wall.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And we come back with a view of downtown Portland as seen from across the Willamette River. You look at Kyle Singler. What a contribution.
Isn't it funny? It's not always the guy you'd expect to come through with the big plays in the big game.
Yeah, he's really been a difference maker. You're right, Steve. Sometimes it is that unknown X factor, and today he's proven it.
Here's Lillard. Filling out the wings, it's Matthews and Batum. Aldridge and Lopez are down low. And it's Lillard in at point guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
Well, you get more rebounds, you get more possessions, more shots at the hoop, and oftentimes that decides the game.
A chance here to get a quick injury report. Now for an injury update on Rodney Stuckey, let's go to Doris Burke.
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Pistons head athletic trainer. The news is not good at all. It looks like a broken ankle with additional injury to the surrounding connective tissue. This would be a terrible loss for his team if he were to miss this time, as they are gearing up for the last leg of the season. Just when you don't want injuries, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris, for the update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
Well, knowing him, Kevin, I'll bet he can put it behind him as quickly as possible.
Let's hope so, Steve. I know everybody's looking forward to seeing him back out there. Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Jennings kicks to Singler. Smith inside, defended by Batum. Nice shot by Smith.
You know, his shot's been pretty accurate today, but he has not had his usual share of opportunities.
Trailblazers trail by 10. Lillard dishes to Aldridge. Jennings with the steal. Only one man back on D. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. And let's now send it over to Damon Bruce in the studio with an update. Damon?
Thanks so much, Kevin. Let's quickly bring up the scores from the games that already are in the books. Atlanta with a loss to the Wizards over at Verizon Center. Jeff Teague led the team in points. And for the Heat, it was a W against the Bucks in Milwaukee. They've now gone 3 for their last 4. Their top scorer was Chris Bosh. That's all she wrote. Let's head on back to Kevin and the crew. Guys?
All right, Damon, thank you so much.
Boy, it's so important to be at your best at this time of the season. Even the teams that are already assured of their spot in the playoffs, they want to be building momentum. And it's not a time when you can take any games off, no matter what position you're in.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
He has to be concerned with all the missed shots. I mean, it happens to every team, but you have to find a way to keep being productive even when you go through a shooting drought.
He might be trying to tell them to get to the free throw line. You know, all teams go cold at points during the game, but the good teams still find ways to score.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. The head coach for Detroit had some instruction for his guys during that last break. They need to get the ball into the post. He made that abundantly clear. Their entry passes haven't nearly been sharp enough for him. The next message he had for them was that they should be attacking the basket on offense. He felt very strongly that the defense they're up against is vulnerable down low. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. Matthews, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Stolen by Monroe. Right side, Jennings. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 9 points for Brandon Jennings.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. The defense hasn't been able to set up.
Lillard, the pass to Aldridge. Rejected by Jennings. On the wing, Singler. He's covered by Matthews. Smith outside. No good. And it's Portland the other way. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that Memphis game turns out.
And Singler kicks to Jennings. And another 3 for Detroit.
This is incredible. It's been a three-point barrage since halftime.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, it has been impressive.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Well, good timeout, guys, because, this has been a bad run for them. He's got to get his team back on the same page and executing well together.
Sometimes just getting a stop in the action can be enough to get a team back on track. There's something about that little pause in the intensity of the game that lets you refocus.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Terry Stotts gave to his team during that last break. He said to his guys, let's get serious about driving the lane and putting pressure on their interior defenders. That's where he sees the soft spot in this defense. He also talked about their perimeter defense. He does not want to see anyone getting easy outside opportunities. He wants their defense to blanket those outside shooters. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thank you, Doris. Clock at 6. Here's Aldridge. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end.
Smith dishes to Urebko. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Bynum kicks to Jennings. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 14 points for Brandon Jennings.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Outside Williams. On the wing, Batum. It's Matthews on the wing. That's good. Matthews has got his second basket of the game. Pistons leading by 23. Now here's Jennings. 14 points for him. Smith outside. Three-pointer. Buried it just in the nick of time.
He sure did. Right on cue. Man, was that major drama. He loves those situations, though.
Boy, that was big time. Knew exactly how much time he had left, squared up, and let it fly.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a...
Next to
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it was a great look, and it set up a three-point basket. Scanned the perimeter, found his teammate in space, and put the pass right on the money.
Pistons shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. They've got Charlie Villanueva, Caldwell Pope out there with Bynum. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Datome in at the small forward.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
Yeah, Clark, they've been more active and more physical down low, and I think that's been the difference.
Watson, the pass to Barton. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Pistons?
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And another thing that's obviously helped them here, guys, is how hot they've been from the three-point line. They've been on fire.
And Villanueva kicks to Bynum. There's the pass to Villanueva to the wing on the left. Drummond in the post. He's covered by Leonard. Pass to Detome. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Tries again, and the Pistons getting another bucket right there. And for Portland, they're shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Watson kicks to Barton. The dish now to Watson. Shoots from 12. Again, the Trailblazers score. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Bynum. Passes it to Caldwell Pope. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
Well, another open jump shot there. Their defense not putting up much of a fight.
Watson kicks to Barton. Shoots it up. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson. Barton's got 5 points now this quarter. The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Now here's Bynum. He's covered by Watson. Bynum dishes to Drummond. That's good.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Barton off the pick from Robinson. And the 3 off target from Barton.
That's not his shot at all. Way too far beyond his range.
Detome, the pass to Villanueva. Bynum kicks to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. And the first one at the line is good. The Pistons making a change here. Singler's checked in. Both free throws good from Detome. Here is Watson. 1:58 left to play in the final quarter. Feeds it to Barton. Leonard with a screen on Singler. Barton dishes to Watson. Soft touch off the glass. Watson's got 4 points this quarter.
And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
Here's Drummond, hits the jump hook.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Watson kicks to Barton. Barton off the pick from Watson. Dishes to Wright. He feeds it to Barton. Drills it from outside.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pistons.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
Well, finally, they're going to salvage one game from this season series after losing the first 2.
And it says a lot about them that they were able to salvage this game. I mean, most teams having lost 2 in a row to an opponent in a given season would struggle with their confidence in the third game.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Jennings. He was doing everything right, and the points seemed to come in bunches. He definitely had the hot hand, and this game is finally getting away from them.
Yep, it has gotten away. There's not really anything they can do now.
Barton. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Detroit. .23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so the Pistons can now just hold on to the ball. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They put on a show tonight thoroughly.